Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great epic episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. Guys, we are talking Bel-Air Season 3, Episode 4, titled Out All Night. Who was out all night? Was it unveiled? We're going to talk about it. Guys, I want to let you know that this is going to be a spoiler-free recap reaction. I'm going to talk about this up, down, left, right, in, and out as if you've already seen the episode. So if you don't want to be spoiled, if you have not seen the episode, turn away, put this in your watch later list, then come back after you watch the episode, then get all of this spoilery goodness. I did this for episodes 1, 2, and 3. Also did a live recap for episodes 1 through 3, which I'll be doing each week. So make sure you tune in and subscribe so you can get all of that good stuff right there. Guys, I am so happy that Lamarcus is not dead. I'm glad that he pulled through. And what's great about this episode, or at least the way that it starts off, is they didn't make us wait that long. It was the opening scene of him being rushed to the hospital. I could not wait to see what was going to happen to Lamarcus, because if this is your first time joining over here, I did not want him to die. I thought he had a chance of dying. It took me a while to think about it, like, oh my gosh, he could possibly die, but he's probably not going to die. That's going to be too much drama, too much for Hilary to go through, and all of the other surrounding characters, supporting characters. But I was like, wait a minute. They did kill Trevor, who was the name of Hilary's fiance in the original show. This is Lamarcus. So they may kill him here. I was just really scared about that. And I'm glad that they didn't go that route as far as the story, because I did not want Hilary to be leaning on Jazz's shoulder of, oh, comfort me, baby. My old boo is dead and gone, and I don't have anyone to, hold my hand, etc., etc., etc. I didn't want that to be the story for these characters. So I'm really, really glad that they didn't go down that route. And I'm really asking myself, how are they going to play this? It would be really mean of Hilary to break up with Lamarcus now after he done died on the field and he's bedridden, can't even walk. And that would just be cruel, to anybody. But at the same time, if you was going to break up with him, like, the timing is just horrible. I didn't like the fact that she was going to tell him the information right before a scrimmage. Like, man, you can go to Chipotle real quick while he's doing the scrimmage and come at halftime or in the third quarter and tell him afterwards. Don't do it before, you know what I'm saying? And so I really wasn't cool with that. So I'm not glad that he passed out, but I'm just glad that she didn't break the news to him before the scrimmage. But what is she going to do now? And exactly what news was she going to break to Lamarcus? Was she going to break up with him? Like, I'm sorry, baby, you cool and all, but I'm in love with Jazz over here. Or was she just going to tell Jazz that they kissed, or that Jazz kissed her, that she kissed Jazz, or they kissed each other? Lamarcus don't care either way, just as long as their lips touch. That's going to mess him up. That's going to piss him off. That will upset anybody. But I want to know, what do you guys think Hilary was going to do? Was she just going to break up with Lamarcus and be like, hey, I'm moving on, I need to take a break, I need to be single, or I need to be with Jazz? Y'all let me know down in the comment section below. Also, this is legitimate. Lamarcus and his daddy, which is ridiculous right now, trying to rush him back on the field. This dude has some condition and has to go through open heart surgery, and you can't even walk, and you trying to get back out there. He is giving her a scapegoat. He is giving her a valid reason to break up with him, and she will have to feel no remorse at all. She won't feel bad. Like, baby, I love you, I support you in your career, and I want you to do well and win. But if we're going to do this, if I'm going to support you, you have to be smart. No one is saying that you can't play anymore. I want you to play. I'm never saying put your football or cleats away. No, but you need to heal first. You just collapsed on the field. You was rushed to the hospital. You have to go through open heart surgery, and you trying to go play in the game tomorrow. That's just dumb, dumb, dumb. And she needs to put her foot down and be like, look, baby, either me or football. But towards the end of this episode, it's really interesting that she's being so supportive with the social media, because that's really eating up at his heart. And just, oh my gosh, should I listen? Like, come on, man. You are not coming across as the strong-minded man with a bunch of will that you portrayed at, not Will Smith or Will the character, just, Will, your amount of will that was portrayed in the earlier seasons. Because if you're just letting a bunch of internet trolls get to you, and I'm not gonna lie, my little small YouTube channel, little 50,000 subscribers, ain't big at all. I'm not gonna sit here and let I mean, what I'm trying to say is, I have had comments with my small outlet that have affected me, but not to this point, to where I'm about to risk my life. Like, oh, I gotta prove them wrong. I have to go out on the field and play, or they're not gonna believe in me anymore. You know, it's never been that serious. So Lamarcus, come on, bro. It's a little disappointing that you're letting this get to you. But the way that he was smiling and looking at Hilary at the end of this episode, where she was posting on social media and taking pictures like, oh, the pillows have to be perfect, and she got an outfit on with a jewelry and a makeup and all that. We got to be camera ready. He was just like, oh, I'm so in love. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I mean, he has to feel like crap in this hospital bed. So to have your fiance right here showing out support, I know that just feels real warm, fuzzy, and lovely all on the inside. It's just super energized. I mean, I get it. Butterflies in your stomach, all that. I get it. But Hilary, you don't need to be playing with this dude's emotions, for real. Now, we got to talk about Will and Carlton, and we're probably going to be talking about them for a while, but I'm still, first of all, Will, I'm still frustrated with you for the decision that you made of quitting this elite basketball team after you made such a big deal about it to yourself, to Carlton, to the family, to Uncle Phil, had him coming down there, signing contracts, negotiating this and that, for you to quit right before you was going to go to the Las Vegas tournament to start a business, a t-shirt company. My goodness gracious, that's unique. No one has ever thought of before. Now, I'm not finna hate on nobody else's hustle right now, people that be selling t-shirts and stuff. Some of you guys make a ton of money, and I have nothing but respect for you guys. But at the same time, a lot of people do this and it does not end up the way they want it. And it's just, again, like I said, not that unique. And so the trade-off is not really making sense right here. The math is not mathing. There's no reason why you couldn't have done both. But it is what it is right now. I think that was just the most moronic decision so far in season 3. You guys let me know what you think. But they complement each other. And I'm speaking of Will and Carlton and Will. Like Will said later on in this episode, Carlton was born in the boardroom. He has the language. He has the dialogue. He knows how to express himself. He knows how to articulate his words to make it seem like he knows what he's talking about, because he really does. He's been doing things like this his whole life. And I was kind of laughing when they said CPA. Will was like, oh, you mean like an accountant? My goodness. Q's face, everybody's face during that moment was just really, really cringy. And I don't know why Will got upset and just wouldn't let Carlton drive right there. I mean, that is that ego that Carlton was talking about. But again, he's young, they're growing up and still developing. And so everybody has to work out those kinks in these years. And of course, people always don't do this even when they're adults. And so, and I say that because a lot of times the decisions that these characters make can be really frustrating. Like, why would you do that? Why would you not do this instead? That would have been a smarter decision, but I have to remember that these are children. Now, it is still cringy to me, not as much as past episodes, the relationship between Will and Lisa. Not so much Carlton and Amara, and I'll talk about them in a second, but my goodness gracious, how in the world is Lisa just gonna pop up out of nowhere? Surprise! I want you guys to drop everything that you had planned today and come to the beach. That doesn't make any sense at all. First of all, if y'all are in a relationship, even if you're dating somebody, they know what you need to do every day from sun up to sundown. They know your lifestyle, they know your schedule, they know what priorities and what order they need to be accomplished in. And for Lisa to be in a relationship with Will and she not know that he or they have all of this on their plate and just drop everything, let's go to the beach, that is just silly to me. Or just shows a lack of communication on at least Will's part, if not hers as well. Who just pops up? I mean, I don't know. I mean, even when I had a key to somebody's apartment, I would still never pop up. It was just a key, you know, hey, if I'm going over your house and I just happen to get there before you, I can let myself in. But I was just always the type of person to where even if I do have a key to somebody's spot, which Lisa does not, I'm still gonna call her, hey, I'm on my way, yada, yada, yada. I mean, and it's just weird to me. They just popped up out of nowhere. Oh, and I brought Amara too. What, how do you, it's a surprise. How do you not know that Will, even, you could probably make an argument for Will because they're actually in a relationship, but you're doing this for Carlton too? You don't know what Carlton got up his sleeve. I mean, my goodness gracious. I don't know. Maybe y'all had a conversation, you and Amara, on the way there. Talking about Lisa and Amara. They should have shown that, but they didn't. But we got to talk about Amara and Carlton and Amara. I want to like Amara. I really do, but I just don't trust her. I feel that this relationship is just going too fast. And just like everybody says, in real life and in the show, when you're going through rehab like this is just not the best time for you to be in a serious relationship with somebody. Keep it platonic at most. But she is just coming across too perfect right now, at least for Carlton. And I think that a 180-degree turn is coming soon where she just gonna crash out and it's just gonna be a huge disaster. I made a comment on somebody else's live stream that was covering this because they was talking about the same thing. I was like, man, they made it write her character to where she relapses, overdoses, pass out naked in Carlton's bed, a bathtub, and they gotta call 911 and get a stomach pumped or something. I don't, hopefully that does not happen. I was just kind of thinking of, what's the worst that could happen. And yeah, that would be it. Hopefully not. But I want to like her, but I don't. I just feel that she is not necessarily just trying too hard, but just showing all of the positives without the negatives right now. And she admitted to being an addict, so maybe that's just a big enough negative right there. But I don't know. What do y'all think is going to be the outcome of this relationship? Beneficial to Carlton or going to knock him 10 steps back? I'm hoping for the former. But yeah, Will and Carlton, they was really arguing on that volleyball court, and I can understand where Carlton is coming from. I can't necessarily understand where Will is coming from. Like, Carlton, everything doesn't have to be your way. I mean, like, what do you want? You dropped the ball in the meeting. You're the one that ordered the shirts, and we don't have the inventory yet. And at the end of the episode, we find out that you didn't order the right quantity of shirts. You're supposed to order 100 shirts, bro, and you ordered 10 times that of 1,000. And you're just like, oh, I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm going to take one. So all we got to do is sell 999. Carlton was right. Carlton was saying that you think you got it, but you really don't. Well, you got to humble yourself a little bit. Okay, you just do. Sometimes you have to let other people drive like you did. Carlton was supposed to drive the other day, but no, you got in the car. Now, Carlton did mess up on the volleyball court when you said you got it and he ran over there, but that's just a volleyball game, okay? You was betting $30,000, $35,000 cars, and well, the car cost more than that, but that was the amount of the bet or the car. And then you ordering 10 times the amount of shirts you're supposed to. And I don't even think he said he was sorry. Like, oh, we're just going to have to work it out. My bad, Carlton. I mean, what's wrong with that? You got an ego. You do. And the thing about Will's ego, even when it's about to be fisticuffs, every time somebody steps in, like when Will was trying to save Frederick in the last episode, and that dude was yelling at like, hey, man, don't be getting in business that's not your own or something like that. Oh, who you talking to? You talking to me? Why you got to escalate the situation, man? Just like sit there and just smile or something like that. Or don't smile. Don't show any emotion. But then again, this is the way that kids act when they're at this age of 17, 18, 19 years old, however old they are. But I think they're teenagers. Let's just say that. They are teenagers. And while we all been done before, it's fun, entertaining, and slightly frustrating to watch all this all unfold. Just like, get your act together. Get your act together. Now, we got to talk about Viv. She is opening up and venting to her friend Joan and tells her about the kiss. Now, I like Joan. She's like, hey, I know you're stressed out. I know you got a lot on your plate with your work, with your family, with your husband, with your business, with your line. Why don't you hit this a few times? You know what I'm saying? It won't even smell that bad. She got it on deck. Rolled up, vaped up, whatever it was. I like that. That was quite nice. I would have tripped out if Viv would have hit that real quick, did a little puff pass. I would have, oh, what? Okay. Carlton was blowing rails in the first season. And so maybe, Miss Aunt Viv here, wants to puff on the magic dragon. And that would have been funny. But she tells Joan about it. And understandably so, she's upset. She is pissed off, and I would be pissed off too, because that's just dumb, Phil. Why would you not tell your wife? Same thing that happened in the Obsessed movie with Beyonce and Idris Elba. Now, I happen to really like that movie a lot. I think Beyonce did a great job. That film gets a lot of hate. It was very entertaining to me. But in that film, I always thought it was dumb that Idris Elba would be like, hey man, this white lady at work, She came on to me, was acting all weird and was doing all this pelvic thrust stuff. I don't want to have nothing to do about it. Baby, I'm just letting you know. Same thing Phil should did. Like, hey, man, I was trying to keep it professional with Erica. She kissed me on the mouth. I was like, hey, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? You need to get out of here. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no trouble. What am I going to get and how am I going to get in trouble? I'm not. I'm for telling the truth. She kissed me. She pelvic thrusted me in this bathroom stall. So I'm not going to get in trouble. I mean, will my wife be upset? Yes, she will, because Erica did it or the white woman did it, but I didn't do it. I'd rather her get mad at them and be frustrated than her try to find out and then be mad at me. She going to be more mad at me than Erica or the white woman. So Phil, you're tripping. Idris Elba, you was tripping. Y'all need to communicate. I will tell it like it ain't no tomorrow. Hey, she came on to me. You never know. You never know. But Unveil was like, man, F this. I ain't finna go kiss on nobody or smashing on nobody, but I'm finna go out and I'm gonna look fly and I'm gonna have all of the men and all of the women looking at me. And that's exactly what she did. She was out there on the club, getting it in, doing her thing, and I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her at all. Maybe she was doing a little bit too much. You know, y'all let me know what you think. And also, that was Shelby from The Best Man. I like this woman. She's a funny actress. I did like The Best Man. I also like the TV show that they had that came out. That was very good, surprising. It was basically Best Man 3, but it was good. Check it out. But that's Shelby. And she was in there telling me, hey, let's go whoop Erica's ass or whatever, yada, yada, yada. You know, you always have to have one of those in the group for things like this. I like her. I like when I see her pop up in whatever, you know, television show, movie, whether it's in theaters or on TV streaming, you know, she's pretty entertaining to me. I also got a question. Going back to Carlton, have y'all ever gotten in trouble with your parents or your guardians and they took the door off of your bedroom or your room? And how did that feel? Carlton is really, he tried to slam the door at the end, but he can't because there ain't no door there. I was kind of laughing to myself about that. But has that ever happened to y'all? Let me know. And even about Carlton and Amara, we got to talk about this. I was so pissed at her at the very beginning, well, not at the very beginning, but towards the end of the episode, actually, when she was like, you know, oh my gosh, when you was driving, it was really turning me on. My nipples were hard, and I wish that I was in the shotgun so I could suck your dick. Man, at first, I thought she was saying that, well, no. At first, when they was kissing each other, I was like, this woman is stupid. She's crazy. This is going to be Carter's downfall because I just knew they was going to get in a wreck and be in the hospital. Everybody going to be in the hospital. I'm like, see, Carter, leave her alone. It would just be so irresponsible for her to take your eyes off the road like that. But she ended up giving him head instead. And I'm just like, okay, I guess that's all right. No, okay, we can't be doing that. Ladies, do not suck on your man's penis while he's driving the car. That's dangerous. Wait till you guys get it home. But no, I was surprised by that. And I was just like, Carlton was over there like, oh yes, this is nice. It is going down. You know, I'm just playing. But yeah, hey, I can't get mad at that. I'm not gonna get mad at Carlton at all. But I was nervous at first. I was nervous, but I'm glad that they got home safely. I really am. But guys, we got to talk about Jeffrey. What is going on with Jeffrey? He knows something is awry. He went up to it and be like, hey, is there something that you guys were involved in that I need to know about? And Will lied. And Carlton spilled the beans toward the end of the episode saying that, hey, we were street racing. I was sober, but we were street racing. And so we got to find out what's going on with Frederick. Is he really Jeffrey's son, or is he some sleeper cell agent wanting to assassinate the Banks' family? We got to find out. Now, I hope that's not the case. I doubt it. That would just be over the top. But Jeffrey pulled that phone out, and there was a number of missed calls or outgoing calls going to the same number. Who could it be? Is Frederick working for somebody? Probably. But I know that the drama, the crap is going to hit the fan, and it's going to be crap drama all over the room. It's going to be real stinky, and I can't wait to smell it. That was kind of gross. I'm sorry. But I cannot wait to see how this whole season plays out. But guys, what do y'all think about this episode? I enjoyed it. It wasn't as spicy as the first 3, and I didn't expect it to be because episode 3 ended in a cliffhanger, and so every episode can't just be explosions, bombastic. None of that was in any of the episodes. I'm just saying, but I enjoyed myself. What did you guys think? I'm really having fun with all these characters. I just realized that Ashley wasn't in this episode at all. What's up with that? That's interesting. Was she kicked off the show? I'm joking. That would be silly to make that assumption. But guys, I will be going live tonight. That will be Thursday, August the 22nd at around 9 or 9:30 p.m. CST. So make sure you subscribe and come through. I may have a guest, I may not, to chop it up about this show. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.